background makes the hair look funny. Okay. Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of A Digi Sis in a Digi World. I am Ina P. Montgomery, Executive Director of Urban Tech, where the TEC stands for Technology Empowered Communities. So as you can see my backdrop here, it's making my hair look weird and my head look weird. I was trying to change it. I couldn't find one I liked. So we are rolling with this. So for today's show, there are a lot of things going on due to COVID and the realization that there is a digital divide. Surprise, surprise. So we, of course, already knew that because we live it and we work with people who are a part of it every day. But I would like to talk today about the emergency broadband or the EBB program that will be released at the end of this month, April. They don't have a set date yet, but it will be an opportunity to enroll in a program with a ISP, internet service provider, who is participating with the program. So that is the deal. They have to be participating with the program, and the program is a FCC program. So the FCC has this program called the EBB, because we know how big the government is on acronyms, but it stands for the Emergency Broadband Program. And I have here, the formal name is Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. So that's the other B, Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. Households can qualify by showing that at least one member of their household meets one of the following criteria. They qualify for FCC's Lifeline program. So some people are already enrolled in the Lifeline program. And if you're not, it is a way of lowering the monthly cost of your phone or your internet service. There will be a webinar on April 14th on how to enroll in the Lifeline program. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Am I sharing screen? Do I have share screen capability? That's what I want to do. I want to share screen. So let me let my host enable that. Okay, let me try again. There it is. All right, here we go. So as you see, this is all under what's called the Universal Service Administrative Company, which I believe is a government entity under FCC. And so this is, first I'm going to introduce you to the Lifeline. Let's see if this video will play. It's 1 minute and 2. Hopefully.
People across the United States rely on phone and internet to stay connected to family, work, education, and essential services. Lifeline is a federal benefit that lowers the cost of phone or internet service. Qualifying customers will get $9.25 towards their monthly bill. Consumers who live on tribal lands can qualify for an additional benefit. You qualify for Lifeline if you use SNAP, Medicaid, or other qualifying federal or tribal programs, or if your household income is 135% or less than the federal poverty guidelines. You may also be able to qualify through your child or dependent. This benefit can be used for phone, internet, or bundled service. A household can only receive one Lifeline benefit. 10 million people in the United States use Lifeline to stay connected. You could be one of them. Find out if you qualify today.
All right, so that is the Lifeline program. And here is, what do they consider a household? A household is a group of people who live together and share money, even if they are not related to each other. So we're going to find some differences between the definition of household for the Lifeline program and then the difference for the EBB program, because with the EBB program you can have more than one household under a roof and each person in that household can apply for EBB. Under Lifeline, it you cannot. So if you live together, you share money. It says if you live together and share money, you are one household. If you live together and don't share money, you are two plus households. So I guess the same thing. So let's say two families live in the same house. They don't have the same bank account. They have separate bank accounts. They make separate money. Um, they are then considered two households, even though they may be sharing the cost of the rent. Okay. And again, reach out to a service provider to verify what I'm saying. All right, how to prove participation. Here's what to show your company when you sign up for Lifeline. If you participate in one of the following government programs, you qualify for Lifeline. So if you get SNAP, Medicaid, SSI, Federal Public Housing Assistance, Veterans Pension, Bureau of Indian Affairs, General Assistance, Tribal Administered, Tribal Head Start, and then Food Distribution Program or Indian Reservations. So you can participate, if you're currently in any of these, you can definitely participate with the Lifeline program. Okay, I don't want to get too far off. So make sure you look that up. I'm going to go back to, I'm trying to get back to the emergency broadband benefit program, which is what I was referring to. This one also talks about their household eligibility. If you're approved for free and reduced or price school breakfast or lunch program. So this automatically would include a lot of students in the house that they live in. So if you have a child who receives 100% or whatever percent of free and reduced lunch, including the USDA community eligibility provision, then that household would be eligible for the EBB. Experience substantial documented loss of income since February 29th of 2020 with a total household income of below 99,000 for a single filer and 198,000 for joint filers. In fact, this came up the other day in a training that I was in, because I don't think we have a lot of people having joint incomes, and I'm not trying to be facetious, but at 198,000, if that, the question was, how do we reach these people? And my response was, if they're making close to 99,000 and they're a single filer, or 198,000 and they're a joint filer, they are, not to say that they are aware, but they would have no problems getting hold of information. So I didn't think that we needed to do a PSA or a public outreach to people at that income level. If you receive federal Pell Grants in the current award year or qualify for participating providers' existing low income, subject to, what is this, FCC approval, you would be eligible for the EBB. Okay, let me go here and see if they can give me, so I'm going to show you the formal definition of the program. All right, and so this is referring to the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. Congress appropriated 3.2 billion, B as in billion, to the FCC to help low-income households pay for broadband service and connected internet devices. Again, seeing that the digital divide just simply widened during COVID. So this is a way to try to provide that opportunity for low-income households to have access to the internet by getting basically a government subsidy to help pay for their internet access. Okay, I want to make sure I'm reading because I see this one says that they can receive up to $75 per month towards their broadband services. I know a lot of these ISP providers who are coming out are definitely committed to $50 subsidized. And so the money will not go to the household, but it'll go to the EBB program of a service provider. So let's say ABC company is an ISP. Then all their clients would have to, or customers, sign up with them saying, I would like to participate, I qualify, I'm low income to be a part of the EBB program. And then that provider would subsidize their monthly cost of up to $50 towards their bill. Now, keep in mind that the EBB is going to be temporary, just as it says here. This will be a temporary program. It will expire when funds are exhausted or 6 months after the Department of Health and Human Services declares an end to the COVID health emergency. So one of two ways, either all the money, which is the 3.2 B as in billion, are gone, or if the Department of Health and Human Services says, you know what, we no longer have an emergency because of COVID. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of those happened first, because we know for some reason corporate America has figured out, as they did with the PPP, they figured out a way to make themselves a small business. They figured out a way to make themselves needy government subsidies during COVID that were intended for real small businesses, mom and pops. But because they rushed through that legislation, you had companies like Chick-fil-A and other corporations asking for a PPP. So hopefully with this administration, they've got some safeguards so we don't have that same error happen again. All right, so emergency broadband, again, it's temporary. The FCC expects that the EBB program will be open before the end of April. So as of today, April 8th, they're still saying at the end of this month. Please check the FCC's website for the latest information. Let me click on that while we're here all together. And this talks about the emergency broadband benefit. And you can go through here and read. You cannot sign up yet. You will not be able to sign up until it is officially open at the end of this month. If you are a community partner or if you provide any kind of community service, it says that the FCC is mobilizing people and organizations to help share important consumer information about EBB. To participate, you just go online and become an outreach partner. Urban Tech has already done that. And so I'm also hoping to become a center where I can assist with the applications. So I am currently exploring that to see if at one of the spaces that I have access to, I'm able to also be a outreach partner by way of helping people fill out their online application. So to apply for the program, you have to do it either online or you can do it using paper. So those will be the options. Let's see, stay informed, explore USAC's website. All right, let's see. This is household eligibility. Let's see what comes up with this link. Oh, I already looked at this. So again, single 99,000, double or joint 198,000 if you file. Pell Grant, if you're currently a Medicaid recipient, if you're currently free and reduced lunch recipient, or SNAP, then you qualify for the EBB. All right, let me go. Let me see how to prove participation. Now, As you know, I am a member of the Kansas City Digital Inclusion Coalition, and we are currently putting together a spreadsheet to provide you with the names of the providers in Kansas City who are offering, or who, I'm sorry, will be participating with the EBB program, and the kind of monthly fees you can expect to pay if you sign up with their program through that particular ISP, I'm sorry. Application documents, sending proof of eligibility, identity of address. If USAC cannot find a consumer's EBB program eligibility in a database, they will need to show proof. They'll contact the consumers to let them know what type of additional information they will need. So for example, if you're not a part of Medicaid, if you're not a part of SNAP, or they can't seem to find your information in those programs, or your child's free and reduced lunch, then they will reach out to you and have you submit additional information to verify. And so it says to submit copies, consumers you can log into the National Verifier online portal and upload copies of whatever additional documentation that the EBB verifiers are asking for. You can also visit your participating broadband provider store and provide them with that information, or you can mail it in to this address in London, Kentucky. So we know the snail mail is going to be exactly what it is. So if you mail something in, it's going to take much longer as opposed to you doing your business online. Okay, so we've got that. How to prove income. So if you say I am in the federal poverty guidelines to qualify for EBB, to prove your gross annual income, consumers must provide a document that clearly shows their income information, such as prior year, we already know, state, federal, or tribal tax return, current income statement from an employer or paycheck stub, Social Security statement that's current of benefits, unemployment or workplace compensation statement, and then a divorce decree, if you had to go through that, unfortunately, child support award, or other official documents containing income information. And keep in mind, that's going to be current. It says if a member of a consumer's household experienced a substantial loss of income since February 29th of 2020, which is like when COVID hit. We kind of knew about it in March because we went to spring break and never came back. But and their household income of 2020 was at below the 99 or the 198,000 to qualify for the EBB. So here are, as you see, loss of income documents dated or on or after February 29th. You have to have a layoff or furlough notice, unemployment application or approval letter or benefit statement. So these are things I would suggest you get together now. To get together your documentation if you're planning to apply. It's a government subsidized through FCC, where you can receive up to $50 towards your broadband service cost. So this information I'm sharing with you is timely because it's only the 8th of February, and this program's not going to roll out until the end of the month. So getting all your paperwork together now to prove your income, to prove your eligibility is what you should be doing so that as soon as this program hits, you're ready to apply. Now, what I don't have and what I hope to be able to show you next week that I know is being worked on by a team of people over at UMKC is, again, a spreadsheet to say which provider is offering first participating with the EBB program, and then at what cost their services are. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can go to, let me see if they have by chance because I want to start calling names, because I do know of a couple providers, but I don't want to start calling names and then leave somebody off. All right, so here we have benefit providers. I'm going to go and I'm going to click on Missouri and broadband provider name. So we can see the list already for Missouri. We've got Access Wireless, ATT. Let me see, can you guys see that? I'm going to get this a little, because I couldn't see, that was kind of small font. So here we are to date on the companies. We got Charter, Comcast, Decatur. Now you will note, and I don't know if they're still working on their decision or not, but Google Fiber has decided, at least as of last week, not to participate. I'm not sure if that's going to change or not. So we know that they have till the end of the month. But here are the current broadband providers in the state of Missouri who are participating with the EBB program. So I'm just going to scroll through here. You can see if your provider is on here or not. And if they are, and you meet the poverty, low income levels, then now how am I on Mississippi? Look at that. Missouri, I'm sorry. Oh, I went too far up. Here, Missouri, my bad. Access Wireless, ATT, Boycom, never heard of them. Sheraton, Charter, which is Spectrum, Comcast, Cricket, Easy, InTouch. Let me see, PD, never heard, some of these I've never even heard of. Sparklight, Soccer, okay, Windstream, Verizon, US Cellular, True Connect. All right, so these are the Missouri, I'm sorry. Here are your Missouri providers. So again, start your application process or just getting your documents together that you're going to have to show to prove that you qualify for the program. Again, eligibility. Are you currently in SNAP? Are you currently receiving Medicaid? Unemployment? Is your child receiving free and reduced lunch at school? Have you experienced substantial loss of income since February 29, 2020? Was your income tax filing 99,000 for a single, 198 for joint, means that you would qualify. You received a federal Pell Grant within the last year, and you participate in low income or housing programs. So that is it for now. Hopefully that was a good introduction for you of the EBB program. And let me see, is there something else I wanted to show? How to prove participation, documents, I told you to have those ready. There are some webinars and trainings if you want more information about that or about the program. And we've got one coming up, that was today at 3 o'clock. The next one would be the 21st. 21st at 3, and I believe those are Eastern times. So you want to, that would be the 21st at 2, the National Verifier for the EBB program. This webinar will prepare service providers. Okay, so that's not going to be for you. That's for actual people who will be service providers. And for fair, okay, so I don't see any for the consumer. Okay, and with my little time left, I want to Lifeline. Okay, I think I'm gonna show this video. It's like a minute. Is that a minute or hour? Let me see. Okay, not hearing any volume.
Along with the Lifeline program, it does feature Link Up, which offers resident.
Okay, I can't.
Panel, you will also find a PDF copy of the slide deck in the handout section. So again, that's on the right-hand side of your screen. You can click the handout section and quickly walk you through our agenda today. We're going to start with an overview of I'm going to talk a little bit about the eligibility criteria for the Lifeline program. So as a reminder, consumers only have to qualify through one of these programs or income requirements. They don't have to meet more than one. So the first option is that a consumer can qualify using their income by demonstrating that their income is at or below 135% of the federal poverty guidelines. So they can also become eligible by participating in a qualifying government program. So those programs
Okay, I think that's going to be like the hour, and we don't have an hour. So my suggestion to you would be to do as I did. You want to do a Google search for EBB program. And if you do that, you will get EBB, again, is the acronym. You'll get the full, would be the website you would go to. Just click on that. And that's, as you see, the FCC, Federal Communications Commission website. And it talks about the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. Remember, this is a temporary program, 3.2 million, either 6 months, whatever comes first, run out of money, 6 months, or Department of Health and Human Services says COVID is over. So that's what you need to keep in mind. Check it out, see if you qualify. If you qualify, start getting your paperwork together. And as I said, when I come back next week, I'm going to have the list of provider. Well, I showed you a list of providers, but we're doing a more detailed spreadsheet that I'll be able to present next week. I just know that it's not ready today. So I did show you through the state of Missouri, the list of providers, but there's actually a spreadsheet that's being put together to give a breakdown of the cost of their monthly broadband service, the $50 subsidized, and then what you'll have to pay as a consumer after all these, after the money is applied. So that is it. That's what I've got. I've got the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program introduced to you. I will come back next week with more detailed information. And you can always hit me up at connect@urbantech.org if you have any questions in the meantime. And I am Ina P. Montgomery, Executive Director of Urban Tech, and I am a Digi Sis in a Digi world, signing out, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week.